यामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनोभिः व्यसेम देवहितै यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्ने नय सुपताराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भो इष्टान्ते नमभुक्तिं विधेम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ ब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायताम् आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शोरशभ्यो अतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीं धेनुर्वोढान्नड्वान् आसु सप्तिः पुरन्धिप्योषा जिष्णोरतेष्ठः सभेयो युवस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेन पर्जन्यो न वर्षत फलवत्यो न वोषधयः पच्यन्तां योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणचक्षुः स्तोत्रमतो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वो ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोतु अनिराकरणम् अस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेयोपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते महि सन्तो ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम नमस्ते
Beautiful. So,
Namaste, Guruji. Guruji, I just want to add one point here. When you talked about second mantra, Sarvagam Hetad Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, Soyamatma Chatushpat. So that is the first part is the Mahavakya in that. So that is something to be observed. Ayamatma Brahma is the Mahavakya in this Upanishad covered.
yeah, this is from I think from Mundukhyopanishad. But anyway, Apyayantu Mamangani, we just say, because we have to look to ourselves before we think of the gods also. And gods will be happy when you think yourself and then pray for their betterment, they will be very happy. I think so. So this is how it goes along. And see, today I just wanted to start because last time we concluded the Arishta Nivarana Mantra section or the Veda Mantra edition by the Ramakrishna people. And people have got their own mantras to choose for a particular rite. After all, the Samhitas do not give an application. But later on, we have Brahmanas, Sutras, and so many Shrotriyas, Vaidikas, and Brahmins, and Purohits, and so on. So all of them have tried to pick up a set of mantras to be helpful for the object that they want to conduct or fulfill or reap the benefits out of that and all that. So normally for Punya Vachanam, we have got mantras, different set and a different order and also all that. But that I have taught, I have already explained all that, and I have made translation for that and published in the Veda Ganga and also dictated. So Veda Ganga, I don't remember volume number. Recently, in the past volumes, past 3 or 4 volumes before, we have published in the Veda Ganga the entire Punya Vachana mantras as are used now by Purohits when they come home. Actually, the Punyaha Vachanam, Arishta Nivrutti, Punyaha Vachanam, both are essential. Because why we are doing Punya Vachanam? Just to get rid of the negativity pre-existent in our house before we invoke so many gods or invite so many gods and do some kind of the dharma kriyas. See, whatever we do, that comes under the dharma kriya. Therefore, at that instance, we say uttarottara kriyaha sampadjantam. I'm not bringing that into afterwards. I'll just give a comparison when we complete this particular section of mantras, which the editor has taken up and put it in his work. And he has drawn the book, the mantras, the prose formulas from Taittiriya Samhita, fifth Kanda and sixth Prapataka and number 1 Anuvaka. And the same thing being seen in the Saitriya Brahmana, Ashtaka 1, Prashna 4, Anuvaka 8, as he has been given the reference where from these mantras could be checked. So I'm not, of course, the textbook, we are not, of course, when we are doing the Ajurveda, we may be able to find some mantras, because Ajurveda is one revealed text to various rishis, and out of their tapasa Brahma Vijigna Sasva means that what is Brahma? Veda is Brahma. So a Veda Brahmavannu, a Veda Mantragalannu, and what are the methods through which we are able to please the respective gods, because we think that the gods are abstract, gods are concrete. So by virtue of your own prayers and all that, you want to make the gods who are abstract be concretized, and see that they will get a form of your own imagination. After all the forms of the gods are the projections or imaginations of the artists. And in fact, we had one artist to our center to learn Rudram and all for some time. I had taken number long years back. But he had the wonderful talent of picturizing and drawing a figure. So he would ask me, sir, Bekadre, you give me one Dhyana slokam, I'll give you the picture of that Devi or Devata as is being depicted by Dhyana slokam. Because Dhyana is the most important part, that's a part of the meditation, where your mind is able to conceive a figure, a picture. So Gayatrim Varadabhayam Kusakashaha Subhram Kapalam Gadam Shankham Chakravadhara Yugalam Hastaihi Vahantim Bhaje. That Bhaje is personal. And the other things are material, are the figure, picturization of Devi. And true, because Yam Tanum Bhaktaha Tatha Tatha Ham Bhavishyami. See, Krishna already has indicated that whatever form that you want me to appear, and accordingly I will be also manifesting and all that. Because that kind of manifestation of Paramatma is never fixed, depending upon the bhakta, depending upon the need, depending upon the circumstances, there will be the formations taken place. Therefore, the Parabrahma, what you talk, the Parameshwara is all in all. That's why we have got Sarva Prapancha Nirmatri, Sarva Prapancha Nirmata. That is, actually they say Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaka and Akhilanda Koti Brahmanda Nayaki. Apart from all that kind of special particularized statements, there cannot be any kind of exceptions. So there must be total coverage. Therefore, Akhila the Prapancha Nirmatri Anoga, the Prapancha Anodu important, and where Panchabhutas have got their role. And so this is what we say Panya Aha Avachanam. Aha andre day. See, Aha is being caused by Mitra, Deva, Surya Bhagavan, and Ratri is caused by Varuna. Therefore, we club Mitra Varunau, Ahoratre. So, Ahoratri is 24 hours being shared to project by Mitra and Varuna. So, these are the two gods. That's why we make a prayer in the Mitra Deva, Mitrasya Charashani Dhrutaha. Because the Mitra Deva is the supporter, sustainer of all the people all over the globe. ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಆ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಏಷ ದೇವಾನ್ ಸುರಗಣಾನ್ ಪಾತಿ ಗಭಸ್ತಿಭಿಃ ಏಷ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಚ ವಿಷ್ಣುಶ್ಚ ಶಿವಃ ಸ್ಕಂದಃ ಪ್ರಜಾಪತಿಃ. And like that, Valmiki Maharshi has given that Surya means Paramatma or Ishvara is one who is able to initiate, improve, develop and bless. So that's why we have the beautiful set of mantras, and I do not deviate to the other sections generally because we are now trying to understand what punyaha, a good day to be like, so that if the day is good and our activities are normal, when our activities are normal, we are happy. Not only we are happy, devataha trupyantaha, even gods also get satisfied. After all, gods are dependent upon the humans, people living upon the earth, and people living on the earth are dependent upon the gods, and as a result, there is an interflow between God and man. Man can become God or godly, and gods become human and then do all that godly functions, divine functions through humans. So anyway, that kind of transitions are there available, and therefore we are connected to the gods and gods are connected to us. And that's exactly what it is like. And so this is the page number 199. We shall try to understand the mantras which are in prose mostly, and what he wants to conduct, inform as what is punyaha vachanam. Vachanam is announcement, proclamation. And you have to announce that the day that has dawned and goes on till the setting should be a punya dina. Because punya nakshatra, punya yoga, punya karana. See, all this panchangam, when you talk about tithi, vara, nakshatra, so punya tithi, punya vara, punya nakshatra, punya yoga, punya karana, punya. So all these things are punya. Punya means but that which will uplift or encourage or make our feelings really highlighted, rather mood management. So when your mood is normal and elevated, it becomes a good time. If your mood is dropping down and bad mood or low mood and all that, no. In fact, in one of the universities in America here, Missouri, Columbia, there was a great seminar done on the mood management, because manas is important. Mana eva karanam bandha mokshayoho. Days and days are being everyday forum. As long as we breathe our life, we can see the sun every day. But how do you make the day? How do you use the day? How do you monitor the day for your personal and spiritual upliftment is important. Personal means, of course, our business and professional and activity connected to the eating the food, eating the livelihood and all those things. So therefore, we have the first thing, mantra that we have got in this particular section is to begin with the prayer for the water. Water is the be all and end all to all people. Their life begins from water, their life gets sustained from water, and their life ends with water only. So without water, even if, see, for dead people, for preta samskara, though their body is burnt, there is no stomach for them, but still they feel thirsty, so they cannot be offered water directly. So you must have seen one of the rites that they just offer ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹಿಂಡಿದ ನೀರಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. They just give that water after squeezing from the cloth, wet cloth. So these are all some of the things our rishis have prescribed, because they are aware of the life here, life after, because of their immense tapas and knowledge and all that. So life here, life after. Generally, all people think that life here is great and that is the end of it. No. The Aitareya Upanishad, Aitareya Maharshi gives a consciousness to one and all that You must realize that where you are is not the end, is not final. There is one more loka or other lokas which are reserved for you soon after your work upon this earth is complete. ಭೂಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ you need not go further up. Therefore, even Shankaracharya also says, and all people say that you must be aware of this kind of thing, and therefore it is very important that we have to use. So our birth is a tool to unlock the spiritual comfort and make ourselves realizable of the attainments in the spiritual heights. That's why there was one beautiful journal running, and by Ranade in Pune, that's what is called Pathway to God. And the Pathway to God is one book, and there is also another book written. I mean, that was the regular journal coming. Now I don't know who, but I had contributed some articles also long back from Pune, from Belgaum, or so it was coming up. Anyway, now also I had another great Janardana Badami. He has also written a wonder 500 pages book. I given to some people also, and he has written The Search for God. So like that, so many books people are trying to examine and explore and then determine to the limits up to their satisfaction. Anyway, not much talking as in part of introduction to this punya ahaha vachanam, punyaha vachanam. So vachanam will be talking all XYZ, but you must also always say that the moment you meet a person, good day, subhodayam, subhodaya, we say, and olle dina agli. But in German also, they are more particular about the greeting. Guten Tag bitte, please, good day for you. So good day, guten Tag, or good morning, evening, afternoon is different, dividing. But whole day you cover when you say Punyaham, this is a happy day, prosper. That's why we have the beautiful statement by our Rishi saying that Tadeva Lagnam Sudinam Taravalam Chandravalam Tadeva Lakshmi Pate Engripadagam Smarami. So the moment you take the name of the God, then that is a good day. Not taking the name of the God is no, not at all. So smarana is important. Therefore, punyaham means you have to remember that. That's why Om Punyaham they say. And not only that, the punyaham has also to be uttered by, confirmed by the other people who are there at. If you say good day, sir, for you too. And another Indian culture. ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಗುಡ್ ಡೇ ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗೋದೊಂದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದೊಂದು. ನೋ, ದಿ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೀಟೆಡ್, ಅವರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಟು ಯು, ದೇ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಯು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. These are some of the things that I keep ready. Sorry, I keep talking on that. So first mantra, I am just reading. Om Hiranyavarna. Please, Shivalinga, anybody? Hiranyavarna, 199 page.
Om Hiranyavarna.
Suchayaha Pavakaha.
Suchayaha Pavakaha.
Yasujataha.
Yashujataha. ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು.
ಯಾಸು ಸರ್, ಅದು ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಅವರು ಯಾಶು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Yasujataha.
Yasujataha.
Kasyapo Yasvindraha.
ಸತೀಶ್ ಸರ್, ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ.
ಕಶ್ಯಪೋ ಯಾಸ್ವೀಂದ್ರಃ. ಕಶ್ಯಪೋ ಯಾಸ್ವೀಂದ್ರಃ.
Agnim ya garbham dadhire.
Agnim ya garbham dhadire. Agnim ya garbham dhadire.
Virupastana apasyagusyona bhavantu.
Virupasthana apashyag syona bhavantu. Virupasthana apashyagasyona bhavantu.
Ya sagum raja varuno.
Ya sagum raja varuno. Ya sagum raja varuno.
Raja varuno yati madhye.
Raja varuno yati madhye. Raja varuno yati madhye.
Satyanrute avapasyam.
Satyanrute avapashyam. Satyanrute avapashyam.
Avapasyam jananam.
Avapashyam jananam. Avapashyam jananam.
Madhuschutaha.
Madhuschutaha. Madhuschutaha.
Shuchayo yaha pavakaha.
Shuchayo yaha pavakaha. Shuchayo yaha pavakaha.
Ta na apaha.
Tana apaha. Tana apaha.
Shagusyo na bhavantu.
Shaggasyo na bhavantu. Shaggasyo na bhavantu.
Yasam deva.
Yasaam deva. Yasaam deva.
Divi krunvanti.
Divi krunvanti. Divi krunvanti.
Bhaksham.
Bhaksham. Bhaksham.
Ya antarikshe bahudha bhavanti.
Ya antarikshe bahudha bhavanti. Ya antarikshe bahudha bhavanti.
So here, these are the mantras which are used in Sandhya Vandanam. When we do three times we say morning, afternoon, and evening. This is a prayer for in our Sandhya Vandana. Sandhya Vandana, I don't know. Because Sandhya Vandane Savar Pata anta heltare. And moreover, the Sandhya Vandanam has got to be introduced by the parents or the Kula Guru and all that. Because looking at the book and doing Sandhya Vandanam, well, I don't know. But we are all taught by our father and or when Guru, so that particular section. Otherwise, Sandhya Vandanadalli, there are different kinds of mantras which are incorporated in them. And some people do Arghyam, some people say, so there is a lot of variations are there, but no matter. But we, every day we say these mantras because water, apo devataha, and apaha anodu nitya bahuvachana anta. It is a plural. That's why apaha anodu nitya bahuvachana anta. It is plural. And therefore, apaha, your prayer when you are sprinkling the water over you, then what they should be like to you. The Vapo Devatas must be Apaha Syam Syona Bhavantu. So Syam means they should give you happiness, peace, and removal of all kinds of negative thoughts, and Syona, comfortable. And the seat you are taking up, the movements you are making, and whatever must be Syona. That is, there should not be much of opposition and all that. For that, Apo Devatas are important. And who are these? And what about Vapo Devatas? I want to know who are those. Then our Rishi, Ajurveda Rishi will say that Hiranyavarnaha apaha. The vapaha are having that of the golden. Hiranya means bright. Varna is the color. So the waters are very beautiful to look at. And it depends upon, if you put the water in different colors, in different sized vessel, glass, transparent vessels, then you see that the Hiranyavarna, beautiful. But basically, waters are suchayaha. They are pure by themselves. I told you, kupodakam. The other day, the well water is always clean. The river, flowing river water, always clean. And not the stagnant water. So when the water has got the pravaha, and when the water has got the spring inside, then you will see that there are always suchayaha. That is, nanyataha suddhi marhati anta. Neeriga suddhi madavaru yaraniddara? No. But only mantra, Paramatma, you say only mantras through which, without your vision or seeing, the water gets purified. For example, with Gayatri mantra, when you give arghyam to gods, you recite the Gayatri mantra, that mantra purifies the water. So mantradinda pavitrata baratte, suchi baratte. Agni suchihi, apas suchihi. So Niru suchi, Agni suchi. And like that, there are naturally pure things. ಈಗ ಬಂದಿದೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದು ಇದು. ಸೊ ಬಿಸಲರಿ, ಈವನ್ ಬಿಸಲರಿ ಬಾಟಲ್, ಬಿಸಲರಿ ವಾಟರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್. ಸೊ because it was all stored in plastic bottles, so you should not use for a long time those plastic bottles. And that's why they dispose the plastic bottles the moment the seal is open. Anyway, that's a different matter. So they are suchayaha. And the waters are all plural number, pavakaha. So they sanctify you, sanitize you. And supposing you got some stomach and discomfort, you drink water. Not only stomach is comforted, also your heart, your blood, your entire system becomes really repaired, and you are happy. And after all, the thirst is a very dangerous need. Supposing you don't drink water, you don't wet your tongue with water, there are people who die out of thirst, out of hunger. Therefore, they are pavakaha. They make you really sanctified and sanitized, and all that is there, they purify you. That means, see, bath is an important thing. When you take Aghamarshana Snanam or when you do Achamanam, you get purified. Trirachamya suchir bhutva. Look at Valmiki Maharshi giving a clue to us. Rama became Suchi to fight, to go to the Dharma Kriya, fighting with the enemy and all that. He cannot just go like that. As a Kshatriya, to go to war and fight in the war or get winning or losing is all Kshatriya Dharma. Brahmana kuda ange. Moreover, like our blood becomes impure with any and every movement of our body, and again it gets repaired, because that's why we got bad blood and good blood. All that division is happening, and heart is one which is trying to convert in the bad blood into, because we cannot, our blood amount is same, 6 liters, 5 to 6 liters of blood, and with that blood only we have to live for several years, as long as we breathe our life. So you cannot have blood again into our body unless we are ill or needed. Therefore, here, pavakaha. And waters are the mothers, because Kashyapaha, Indraha, Jataha. So, see, waters have given birth for Kashyapa Prajapati and also Indra. So, Kashyapa is Brahmin and Indra is the Kshatriya. Because otherwise, as per our Ajurveda, Brahmakshatram pantu anta heltare. Yatra Brahma, Ajurveda says, Yatra Brahmacha kshatrancha samyang chaucharatau sada tam lokam punyam pragnesham. The goal of all people is to go to a place of friendship, love and amity. And the house, they may put up home sweet home, but inside all people will be quarreling, shouting, demanding, commanding. Oh God. That's why generally people must be very careful to enter to other houses. Because you don't know the state. That's why morning ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವರು ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅದು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅರ್ಜೆನ್ಸಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಅದು ಆಗದೆ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತವಾಗಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸರಯೂ ನದಿ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ. ಸಿ ಸರಯೂ ರಿವರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲೆಸೆಂಟ್, ಕಾಮ್, ಕ್ವಯಟ್. ಹೌ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸನ್ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮನೋಯಥ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಆ ಸರಯೂ ನದಿ ವಾಟರು the morning, right in the morning, was just like the mind of a pleasant mind of a Satpurusha. ಸೊ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ಡ್. ವೆನ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಅಪ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ದಿ ಗಾಡ್. ಸಮುದ್ರ ವಸನೆ ದೇವಿ ಪರ್ವತಸ್ಥರ ಮಂಡಲೆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಪತ್ನಿ ನಮಸ್ತುಭ್ಯಂ ಪಾದಸ್ಪರ್ಶಂ ಕ್ಷಮಸ್ವಮೇ ಅನ್ನೋ ಗೌರವದಿಂದ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೋತ್ರಿಯ ಬೆನಾರಸ್ ಕಾಶಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ he removed his chappal in the compartment, got down on the Kashi with barefoot, thinking that it's a Shiva Kshetra, Devasthana, the entire area is Devasthana. So the Padarakshas must not be there. So he kept inside the compartment, got down, did namaskar to Visveswara mentally, and then again, of course, getting into that. So that is the kind of sentiments and Pavakatvam or Suchitvam and Hiranyavarnatvam of water. So Kashyapa Prajapati is Jataha and Indraha Jata. Indra to conduct sacrifices, Kashyapa Prajapati to organize the that's why Kashyapa Dudita Suryaha Papan Nirghanti Sarvada Rodasyon Tardeseshu. We have got another Prashna. We have this Kashyapa Prajapati is one of the most important Prajapatis who has given rise for a number of things and in the unfilling of the cosmos or horizons. And next line, Ya apaha garbham agnim dadhire. So not only she has bore in her the Kashyapa and Vasindra, and another important god is Agni. The fire is inside. She Garbham is child. That's why Agni is called as the Apam Garbhaha. So Apam Sisuhu. See this word. So water is the mother to Agni. You cannot put out Agni with anything but with water. ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಶಾಂತವಾಗ್ತಾನೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದರೂ ಅಮ್ಮನ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇರೋಷ್ಟು ಸಂತೋಷ, ಆನಂದ, ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಲಂ ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೂ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ಮದರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಡ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಾತ್ರೇ ನಮಃ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಮಾತೃ ಸ್ವರೂಪಾಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಲಲಿತಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ, ದುರ್ಗಾ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ, ಆದಿಶಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ, she is the Matru. That is, she is not only a mother to ABCD, but the whole Vishwam, Prakriti, anything born, she will take care of them. That's why yesterday we had a wonderful opportunity. I made in group recitation of the Saundarya Lahari and completed the entire Saundarya Lahari. Actually, first in 2 installments we did it yesterday. I mean, one was 1 to 51 installment we did, and 50 to 100 we did it. And we have seen how vibrant is the effect. We reap the vibrations to the peaceful status, and all our work will be taken care by Ammavaru when once you make different kind of petitions to her. See, Tavahi Charanaveva Sharanau anta ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ an absolute responsibility we best on him. Like that, here, Ya Agnim Garbham Dadiret. What is the maximum comfort? That is, Ammavaru, Neerina Devata, Agnim, she bore in her the Agni Deva. But in fact, when you talk about the Subramanya Swami, he has got 6 mothers. Sanmukhaha, and why so that Bijam of Shiva could not be born by 1, 2, 3, 4 fellows. So there is a depositing living of that Bijam, and ultimately that's why we say Saravana Bhava Subramanyam. So Saravana Bhava andre, the Subramanya Swami is born. In fact, we want to write an article on Subramanya, just why he is in serpent form, how he married this Deva. Actually, we have done, Veda Ganga, we have articles on the Valli Kalyanam, and also we are in Vedana Sarit, there was the Sena Kalyanam, Sena and Subramanya Kalyanam, etc. So, why Subramanya is being remembered? Because among all tattva, Subramanya tattva is really investigative and very powerful, because he has got 12 hands, 6 hands, and is a Devasenadipati. So that's why we say Devasenaya Vidmahe and Kartikeyaya Dhimahe Tanno Subramanya Prachodayat. And anyway, so Garbham Dadire andre, neerina capacity estu andre, the fire itself was inside. That's why we have got all hydroelectric projects and stations, and all the power that we are all using is nothing but out of water only. And it's all Garbha. Even this laser treatment, the what we say is the Agni Chikatsa. So they send fire inside the body, they burn, which is very problematic, and therefore it's called robotic. Nowadays, so Agni Chikitsa or labor surgery, what the people do. So Garbham Agnim Yaha Suchayaha Apaha Dadhire. And moreover, Taha Virupaha, Taha Apaha, the water is having variant forms. So water from the waterfalls, from tank, from well, from rivers, from ocean, and so on. There are actually in our Yajurveda, in Agnistoma Yagna, we are referred to the waters collected from 17 water sources. And all 17 water sources in the correct ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ ಪಟ್ಟಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Even when you do Mahanyasa Purvaka Pattabhisheka, Mahanyasa Rudravisheka, after complete Mahanyasa recitation and doing the Rudravisheka, then you will have this Mahasamrajya Pattabhisheka, and otherwise it is called as a Ghoshasanti. And on Ghoshasanti, one person has written an article with text and meaning and translation explanation. I hope that will come in the next issue of our Vedana Sarit. So, Ghosha Shanti antare. That's a different matter. So, Ivren Madare Virupaha Taha. So, what is the mythology or greatness or eminence or brilliance and power and capacity and also nature and quality and function is that has been briefly mentioned in this mantra, that ultimately the greatness and validity and power of the water is that it is able to bear the Garbham. In the Garbham, fire, Agni. Agni, he burns. And so Agni and Kuda, Ammavaru, Tana pregnant, Tanalli, she is wearing in her. So she is not ordinary, Apaha. That's why water is really, there is a lot of, in fact, there are a lot of water researchers too, and they are water management and all that. In fact, I became very curious. I wanted to write down on the oceans. Samudriyana ava oshadhayas santu and the mantra ide. We have seen in Taittiriya Samhitam, we have Samudriyana apaha, the waters are out from the ocean. Avondu. Another nature of the waters is Sumitriya, Navapaha. So Sumitriya, the waters are always friendly to all people. So water, that's why our body consists of 75% water. And there is always the ratio talked about the content of our body. How much blood, how much water, and how the blood also carries the water inside in it. And if the blood were to drop off the water, it becomes a swelling. And if the blood circulation is completely normal, no water deposits on the skin. And so, well, tumba problems baratte. If there is a blood problems are there, so swelling, godu baratte, BP antare, so that's why we have to make primarily prayer for the punya vachanam to Apo Devatas. And enu andre, what more is the waters? The second mantra tells you, actually said, so Sivalingaya, I think you are ready now. Ya Sagum Raja.
Yasagum Raja.
No,
Yasagum
we have read that already.
But still, once more, we read Parayanam.
Oh.
Yeah, and moreover, when I'm explaining, you can also catch up once more the recitational part. Ya Sagum Raja Varuno Yati. Madhye Satyanrute Avapasyam Jananam Madhuschutaha Suchayaha Suchayo Yaha Pavakaha Tana Apaha Shaggum Syona Bhavantu. So this becomes a Pallavi. Sita Apaha Naha Syona Shaggum Bhavantu Anadu Pallavi. So ultimately, you have to be telling the person whom you call what he has got to do about. Unless you remind them repeatedly, they may not be able to perform. So here, in the Yajurveda means repetition. And every time you repeat, it has got a lot of input. And that's why it's called yajna. ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಸುದರ್ಶನ ಹೋಮಂ, ಅಗ್ನಿ ಪುರುಷ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಹೋಮಂ, ಶ್ರೀ ಸೂಕ್ತಂ, and all these things we keep on doing because there is that kind of validity and green nature at all times of all these mantras. The mantras can never become stale at all. So here, what is that? Raja Varunaha Ya Sa Madhye Yati. See, Raja Varunaha, the king, night, the custodian of night, the custodian of waters, rather the king of waters. See, Varuna is the Raja. He is the one who monitors all that. Therefore, we always make prayer to Varuna. So, Varuna Kalsamadaya. So, Varunavannu mana avahana madi, Varunam avahayami. Even Aruna, see, Mitra, Arunaya, Vrata Homaha. So, we have the Vrata, Homa, and all that doing because Varuna is the Raja. And that Varuna Raja has got some specific Samrajyadhipatyam. But Indra is superior, he is the lord of all gods, Chakravarti. And there are so many Rajas also there. So among most importantly, we have the Varuna Raja. And among the planets, Navagrahas, we attribute that Rajatvam has been acquired by Shani Maharaja Antare. That Maharaja Shabda is not given to any other planet, but only to Shani. Gopinath is here. Shani Maharaja Antane. So he has his own, because he happens to be the son of Surya Bhagavan. Surya is the Nakshatradhipati and Grahadhipati also, overall. Anyway, so that's why actually the astrology begins from Yajurveda in detail compared to that. In fact, when we had a seminar done and we had a beautiful presentation on the stars, nakshatras and other astrological details from Yajurveda by Gayatri Vasudev. And she must have forgotten. long years back, because our Nadaveda Kendra is very old, 31, and we are peeping into 32nd year to celebrate. So she has given a wonderful description. Probably it may be there in the astrological magazine, because they have been running astrological magazine where Dr. B.V. Raman was the editor, and so on. So here, Raja Varunaha Enartane Yasam Madhye Yati. That's why we believe that Surya Bhagavan is up. Surya is Agni and Surya is Varuna. Therefore, Sarirasya Madhyat Rochamano Gharmaruchirya Agatu. So in that Ayush Sukta, we see that Surya Bhagavan rising up from the mid of the ocean. So here also, the Varuna Raja Madhye Yati. So he will be getting up from the waters. And what is his duty? Avapasyam Jananam Satya Anrute. He is the fellow who is trying to witness, who is trying to make a reading or recording the Punya Karma and Papa Karma of people living upon the earth. Jananam, Jana means those who are born. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆಯೋ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಪಂ. ಅರುಣ ಪ್ರಶ್ನ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಲೋಕಂ ಚ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಪಾಪಾನಾಂ ಏತತ್ ಪೃಚ್ಛಾಮಿ ಸಂಪ್ರತಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ತೇ ಶರೀರಾ ಪ್ರಪದ್ಯಂತೆ ಯಥಾ ಪುಣ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಕರ್ಮಣಃ ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾಪ, they always divide us into good people or wicked fellows, into noble people, into a hopeless fellows. So all kinds of divisions take place. Jana andre artha eno, they are exposed to both things. That's why janavannu kannadalli ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಂದಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮಂದಿ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ you can see the people, it's very difficult. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜನರ ಮರಳು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾವರ್ಬ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಜನನ ಮರಳು ಜಾತರ ಮರಳು ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಜನರ ಮರಳು ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಬ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಮಾಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is really good. But Varunadeva, because in order to control them, he has got Pashahasta Varuna. He has got a noose, rope with him. So that rope is there to cudgel everybody and bring them into order. Therefore, morning you salute the Surya Bhagavan. In the evening you salute the Varunadeva. Both put together, your Ahoratri will be safe. Ahoratre, we make a definite prayer. ಅಹೋರಾತ್ರೆ ಸ್ಯಾತಾಂ. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಹೋರಾತ್ರಿ ನನಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಶಿವನ ಸ್ಯಾತಾಂ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಪಸ್ಯಂ ಜನಾನಾಂ. ಸೊ ಜನರನ್ನು ಅವರವರ ಸತ್ಯ, ಅವರ ಅನೃತ, ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ವಾಚ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ Varuna's job, by nature, what is the nature of the earth? Waters. Because madhuschutaha suchayaha pavakaha. See, ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಋಷಿಗಳು ತಪಸ್ಸೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 7 o'clock ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಸು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ they are continuously doing their job. They don't bother what is available in kitchen, what is to be done in kitchen. They cannot afford, because the demand is so much. See, especially the software company people, they pay for employees 6 rupees, but they get the profit of 600 rupees or 60 rupees and 600 rupees, depends. But poor employees, they want money, they want something. So they agree, but the boss becomes richer. And because he becomes richer, he will be, if at all is a good boss, he will give bonus, he will open some more establishment, he will give jobs to some more. That's why in Rudram, Namakam, we make a prayer to Rudra. Maghavadhyastanushva Meedhva Tokaya Tanayaya Shayyoho Arayana Nodkoli. Maghavadhya and the rich people. Tanushva and spread. You make more and more rich people to come into nice life because they will be able to open establishments and they will be able to job to your own kith and kin and people. And that is the positive idea which our Veda, which our Rudra has been requested. Therefore, idikosara madhuschutaha. And moreover, you cannot pollute water. If you heat water, again it becomes normal after some time. And physically speaking, I mean, from physics point of view also, as I was, we do know in science class, if you heat the water, the taste worms, bacteria, they will die. When taste bacteria die, the water will be different. If you drink hot water, it will not be pleasant. ಅದೇ ಆ ವಾಟರು ಕೂಲ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಕುಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೂಲ್ಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಕುಡಿಯಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೆಲವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಬಾಯ್ಲ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಡೈ, ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗುಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ, ಬಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಟೆಂಪರ್ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಮಧುಹು, madhuschutaha and suchayaha. And now pavakaha, taha, naha, apaha, syam and syona bhavantu. See, waterborne diseases also are there. For example, typhoid. Water, supposing if you don't drink pure water, infections begin. And typhoid means 21 days you will have to, the temperature will not come down in the body, and so on. So, in fact, COVID also was one. People were all advised to drink hot water, wash their hands, wash their feet, and just to cover their mouth and the nose. So, istondu care tagondidare 1.5 years and 2 years the COVID. That means say that water is a benefic and malefic substance about which people have got to be very careful about it. But that's why we make the water as our rate. So pavakaha apaha, syonaha apaha bhavantu. So whatever mistake or gadbad that takes place in our body because of our eating habits and eating a variety of food. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ಜಂಕ್ ಫುಡ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಿಚನ್ ಫುಡ್. ಪಾಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತವ್ವೆ ಸಾರು ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಅಮ್ಮ ನನಗೇನು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಗೋ ಟು ಬೆಡ್ರೂಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ದಿ ಡಿಸಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ which the parents nowadays are pairing. What to do? But in olden days, it is not like that. You have to eat what is prepared in the food, in the kitchen. Madi, ಆಚಾರ, ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಸೊ ಮಡಿಯಿಂದನೇ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಊಟ. ಸಿ ಮೈ ಮದರ್ ಮೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಮಡಿ ಹುಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ go to different one until they serve everybody in the house with madi. And that time they used to seclude themselves. That's why even the babies born to them, they would not have any cloth on their body. ಅದೇ ಬರೀ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಏನಾಗಲಿ, ದ ಬೇಬಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ the moment the baby is born, people put astronaut dress for the baby. What? I don't know. Something that is say that the babies are being taken away from the natural influences, nature influence. Angallade, but neeru nodira madhuschutaya. By nature, water is sweet. That's why we always say, see neer kodi anta heltive. ಸೀನೀರು ಕೊಡಿ, ಮಂಚಿನೀళ్ళు ಇವಂಡಿ ಅಂತಾವ. ಸೊ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ವೆಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ವೆಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾವಿನ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಾವಿನ ನೀರು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಿಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಬಾವಿ ನೀರು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಬಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂಸಬಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ವೆಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಜೋಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ವೆಲ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಾವಿ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎನಿವೆ, next mantra, again a prayer for the, andrenu, whenever you want your house to be pure, it should be having the grace, blessings, and of all that pure water. Because water is one which decides the health of the people. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಬೀದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಕೊಳ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯೂ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಡ್ರಿಂಕಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಪಾಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಟು ದ ಹೌಸ್. ಮಡಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕುಡಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಟೂ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು. ಅದು ಯಾರು ಜನ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಅರ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಯಾರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ರಶ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಧುಶ್ಚ್ಯುತಃ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ರ ಈಸ್, ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡ್, ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾಃ ದಿವಿ ಕೃಣ್ವಂತಿ ಭಕ್ಷಂ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಪ್ರಭು. ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾಃ.
ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾಃ ದಿವಿ ಕೃಣ್ವಂತಿ.
2 times.
ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾ ದಿವಿ.
Divi Krunvanti. I'm just splitting in a manner that you are getting the division of the ideas. Each one is an idea. And ಈ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಈ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾಃ ದಿವಿ ಕೃಣ್ವಂತಿ ಭಕ್ಷಂ.
ಯಾಸಾಂ ದೇವಾ ದಿವಿ ಕೃಣ್ವಂತಿ ಭಕ್ಷಂ.
ಯಾ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷೇ ಬಹುಧಾ ಭವಂತಿ.
ಯಾ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷೇ ಬಹುಧಾ ಭವಂತಿ. ಯಾ ಅಂತರಿಕ್ಷೇ ಬಹುಧಾ ಭವಂತಿ.
ಯಾಃ ಪೃಥಿವೀಂ ಪಯಸೋಂದಂತಿ.
ಯಾಃ ಪೃಥಿವೀ ಪಯಸೋಂದಂತಿ. ಯಾ ಪೃಥಿವೀಂ ಪಯಸೋಂದಂತಿ.
ಶುಕ್ರಾಃ ತಾಃ ನಃ.
ಶುಕ್ರಾಃ ತಾಃ ನಃ. ಶುಕ್ರಾಃ ತಾಃ ನಃ.
ಆಪಃ ಶಗ್ಗುಂ ಸ್ಯೋನಾ ಭವಂತು.
ಆಪಃ ಶಗ್ಗು ಸ್ಯೋನಾ ಭವಂತು. ಆಪಃ ಶಗ್ಗು ಸ್ಯೋನಾ ಭವಂತು.
ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ and utility services of Apo Devatas. And what is further the water? The water is, nodidra, Devaha divi bhaksham krunvanti. Bhaksham andre enjoyable substances are being manufactured in heaven. What is the bhaksham in heaven? Amrutam. And Amrita factories are there in the Swargaloka, and Tuppa factories are there in Bhuloka. So Tuppa Devatagalge beku and Amrita namge beku. For example, right in the morning, if supposing you are given a very good coffee, ಇದು ಅಮೃತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ good people. ಅಂದರೆ the first sip of coffee or anything like that drink will be like amrutam, because we always look for better, best. Better best is amrutam, because amrutasya putraha, we are all one coming from amrutam. So bhaksham krunvanti divi devaha anuvaga, the same point has been explained in Anugita by Siddha Purusha to Arjuna and Krishna, and the same point is also explained in the Prashnopanishad. And all the Upanishad will tell that where is Amrita available? So Amrita Paha, Amrita is available in the heaven. Therefore, Bhaksham Krunvanti. Bhaksham andre, Bha refers to brightness. Bha refers to best taste. So Bhaksham andre, that which will retain, sustain best taste is called Bhaksha. You will always discover what is not tasty, but we take all those which is tasty. So Bhaksham andre tasty. Therefore, whenever you do offer naivedyam for Paramatma, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ? ಭಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಭೋಜ್ಯ ಲೇಹ್ಯ ಚೋಹ್ಯ ಸಮೇತಂ ಮಹಾನೈವೇದ್ಯಂ ಸಮರ್ಪಯಾಮಿ. First one what we want is bhakshya. Lehya bhakshyam bhakshyam means that which we bhaksham means that which is edible, enjoyable, and bhojyam
Solid.
So bhojyam and then that will be lehyam. So there are 4 kinds of food which we have got to basically refer when we are doing that. Even we also enjoy bhakshya, bhojya, lekhya, chohya, saru, sambaru, etc. chohyas. So ivella now togondre, then it is a complete meal. Full meal is that. So therefore it said bhaksham. And then the same thing, Bhaksham ya antarikshe bahudha bhavanti. So in the mid-air, it will multiply itself in the variety. So that water coming from the antariksha for us is able to give us vegetables, greens, and crops and grains. Any and everything is getting only because of the antariksham, the mid-air, doing that kind of purification and all that sanctification or all that. That's why bahudha bhavanti, a bhaksha bahudhavagagratte. And a bhakshavanne prithivim payasaha undanti sukraha tanapaha. So when it comes to Prithvi, in the form of mere water, river water or well water, or so nobody cooks with ocean water, that's different. Because ocean is the source where from the water comes. Even in Aruna Prashna, it is said, Surya Bhagavan, during the Karma Ruchi time, he will take some water, vaporous water from ocean. Because ocean contains all rivers merged into that. Nadinam sagarogati. So ocean water ತಗೊಂಡು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಸ್ನೋ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. Because in America, snow is the only additional water supply. If there is no snow in Western countries, no water at all. So snowfall, they want the 8 inches snow or 10 inches snow or 24 inches snow ಬರುತ್ತೆ winterally. The snow turns into water slowly, and that's one of the water supply sources in Western countries. But in India, we don't have a problem much, especially in South. So water, you have got plenty of rivers are there, then all that. So anyway, so sukraha, they are sukraha. Sukra means heat energy. They are very much providing health. Sukraha, taha, apaha, same, Syam and Shiona. So water is hot. That's why you just go to a bath in a river, early hours of morning, the river water will be warm. ಯಾರನ್ನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು. So 5 o'clock you go to Ranganga or a river, Kaveri. At that time, the river water will be warm. You can easily get into the water and have a dip. That's why people say that you have to take bath before sunrise. If at all you are going to. So before sunrise, before early morning, so if you take bath in the river, it's a pleasant experience. And afterwards, the river water becomes cool and cool and cool. And anyway, so apaha syona bhavantu, syam bhavantu, because taha apaha sukraha, warm. So ನೀರು ವಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ವಿ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ವಾಟರ್, ಬಾಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಪೀಪ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಾಯನ್ಸಿ ಒಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಕ್ರತ್ವಂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಶುಕ್ರ ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲೆಷರ್, ಎಂಜಾಯಬಲ್, ಹೀಟ್, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಶುಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಶುಚಿಯ, ಶುಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಶುಚಿ. ಶುಚಿ ಯಾವಾಗ, then it is really comfortable that we can consume. Otherwise, that's why in these days people have discovered or invented the microwave to get your food heated. You have got a fridge to make your food cooler. All these things are there, but all these things were not there earlier. People were healthier more than, there were no so many medical shops, no so many nursing homes or hospitals. In earlier days, people used to have, especially even if you go to Nepal and Kathmandu, medical shops will sell stationery. Imagine. So they sell stationery in medical shops. That is the kind of demand for in the health for people. So I stop here. Thank you very much. Om Swasti. Sahana avatu.
भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करभावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम् कृष्णार्पणमस्तु हरि ओम् तत्सत्
Sri Veda Purusha Asirvadostu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavantu.
भवन्तु
Om Shanti Shanti
शान्ति
Shanti.
शान्ति